In a not-so-distant future, Earth is invaded by an advanced alien species, the Vah'Shar, who expect an easy conquest. They are met with an unexpected resistance. Every human, unbeknownst even to themselves, is a secret ninja master. This twist of fate is due to an ancient Earth prophecy triggered by the invasion. As the humans awaken their latent ninja abilities, they form a clandestine resistance. The story follows a diverse group of individuals from various backgrounds who come together, discovering their hidden talents and fighting back against the alien oppressors. They must learn to master their new skills, trust each other, and uncover the secrets of the Vah'Shar to save humanity. And so, the story begins. It was a day like any other when the Vah'Shar arrived. Their ships, vast and shimmering with an otherworldly glow, filled the sky, casting long shadows over cities and countryside alike. Panic spread rapidly, with governments scrambling to respond, but their efforts were in vain. The Vah'Shar, confident in their superiority, anticipated a swift and uncontested conquest. In New York, Emma walked to work, her thoughts preoccupied with the mundane concerns of daily life. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and she looked up to see the enormous alien vessels hovering above. People around her screamed and ran in all directions, but she stood frozen, mesmerized by the sight. In Tokyo, Hiroshi was in the middle of his morning jog when the alien ships appeared. The once bustling streets became chaotic as citizens fled in terror. Hiroshi's heart raced, not from the run, but from the fear gripping him. He darted into an alley, seeking shelter. Across the globe, similar scenes unfolded. Governments attempted to mobilize their defenses, but the Vah'Shar swiftly overwhelmed them. The alien technology was far beyond anything humanity had ever seen. Then something unexpected happened. Strange energy pulses emanated from the Vah'Shar ships, washing over the world in waves. Emma felt a tingling sensation spread through her body, her senses suddenly sharper, her reflexes quicker. She turned just in time to see a Vah'Shar soldier descending, weapon raised. Instinctively, she moved, her body flowing with a grace and speed she had never known. In moments, the alien lay at her feet, defeated. Hiroshi experienced something similar. As the energy pulse hit him, he felt a surge of power. A group of Vah'Shar soldiers rounded the corner, and without thinking, he engaged them. His movements were fluid, precise, and deadly. The aliens stood no chance. Across the globe, individuals discovered these newfound abilities. Confusion and disbelief were rampant. Families huddled together, trying to make sense of what was happening. People reported seeing glowing auras around their loved ones, their eyes alight with a new intensity. News outlets, though struggling to stay operational, broadcasted footage of humans performing impossible feats, taking down Vah'Shar troops with ease. Emma knew she couldn't face this alone. She reached out to others who had experienced the same transformation. Through social media and encrypted messages, they connected, sharing their experiences and forming a plan. A clandestine resistance began to take shape. In a hidden underground base, the newly formed group gathered. There were people from all walks of life: teachers, doctors, engineers, and students united by their strange abilities and a common goal. They needed to understand these powers, to control them, and to use them to protect their world. Emma stood before the group, her voice steady despite the uncertainty that lingered in her mind. "I don't know how, but we can fight back," she said. "This can't be real, but it is. We need to stick together if we want to survive." As they trained, they discovered the extent of their abilities. Enhanced senses, superhuman reflexes, and a profound connection to each other. They moved with the precision and stealth of ancient ninjas, their actions synchronized as if they shared one mind. The first encounters with Vah'Shar troops were tentative, filled with hesitation. But as their confidence grew, so did their success. Small skirmishes ended in surprising victories, with the humans outmaneuvering and overpowering their alien foes. Word spread, and more people joined their cause. A sense of responsibility weighed heavily on Emma and her companions. They knew that the fate of humanity rested on their shoulders. They had to protect their loved ones, to defend their planet from the invaders. And so, they trained harder, pushing their limits, honing their skills. Hints of an ancient prophecy began to surface. Whispers of a time when humanity would awaken to its hidden potential, triggered by an otherworldly threat. The group clung to these stories, finding hope in the idea that they were destined for this fight. As the days turned into weeks, the bond among the group deepened. Trust issues began to fade as they relied on each other for survival. They became a family, united by their shared struggle and their determination to reclaim their world. But they knew that the road ahead was fraught with danger. The Vah'Shar were relentless, their technology and numbers seemingly insurmountable. Yet with each victory, no matter how small, the humans' resolve strengthened. And so the resistance was born, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. They were ready to face whatever came next, to uncover the secrets of the Vah'Shar, and to protect their world from annihilation. The underground base buzzed with activity as the group planned their first coordinated attack against the Vah'Shar. Maps and holograms filled the room, displaying the alien-controlled zones and potential targets. Emma and Hiroshi stood at the center, their faces illuminated by the blue glow of the tactical display. "We need to hit them where it hurts," Hiroshi said, pointing to a Vah'Shar communication hub. "If we can sabotage their communications, we can disrupt their operations and gain a significant advantage." Emma nodded. "Agreed. But we need to be careful. The Vah'Shar won't take this lightly." A reconnaissance mission was quickly organized. Under the cover of night, a small team infiltrated the alien territory, their movements silent and precise. They discovered that the Vah'Shar relied heavily on their advanced technology, which had a critical vulnerability as central power source. If they could disable it, the entire communication network would collapse. As they gathered intel, whispers of doubt crept through the group. Trust was a fragile thing, and a sense of unease grew when they realized there was a traitor among them. The suspicion threatened to tear the group apart, but they couldn't afford to falter. The night of the attack arrived. The team moved with the stealth and grace of shadows, their ninja-like abilities guiding them through the alien defenses. Emma led the charge, her heart pounding in her chest. They reached the communication hub, and Hiroshi expertly planted the explosives. As they retreated, the charges detonated, and a cascade of explosions lit up the sky. The Vah'Shar communication network was in ruins. Their victory was short-lived. An alien ambush awaited them on their way back. The group fought fiercely, their movements a blur of speed and precision. The air was thick with the acrid smell of smoke and the sound of clashing weapons. Despite being outnumbered, their newfound abilities turned the tide in their favor, and they managed a narrow escape. Back at the base, celebrations were muted by the knowledge of the traitor in their midst. Trust had been shaken, and they needed to address the issue before it undermined their efforts. Emma gathered the group, her voice firm. "There's a mole among us. We need to find out who it is and ensure it doesn't happen again." In the following days, the group worked tirelessly to identify the traitor. The discovery was painful, but necessary. The betrayer was dealt with, and a renewed sense of cohesion settled over the group. They couldn't afford any more internal conflicts. Their focus had to remain on the Vah'Shar. With the communication hub destroyed, the group formed a global resistance network. Messages were sent to other pockets of resistance around the world, coordinating efforts and sharing resources. The Vah'Shar's end goal became clear: the complete subjugation of humanity. But humanity was far from defeated. During their missions, the group uncovered an ancient artifact tied to the prophecy. The artifact, a small, intricately carved stone, seemed to resonate with their newfound abilities. It held the potential to unlock even greater power, but its secrets remained elusive. As they studied the artifact, personal motivations deepened. For some, it was revenge against the Vah'Shar for lost loved ones. For others, it was the hope of a better future. The artifact became a symbol of their struggle, a reminder of what they were fighting for. The group continued their coordinated attacks, each victory bringing them closer to their ultimate goal. The urban ruins and underground bases became their battlegrounds, and the scent of acrid smoke and damp concrete filled their days. Rationed food and the bitter taste of determination fueled their fight. Through it all, the group grew stronger. Leadership qualities emerged, and the bonds between them solidified. They learned to rely on each other, to trust in their abilities and their shared mission. The knowledge that they were not alone in their fight gave them hope. The dialogue within the group reflected their resolve. "We need to hit them where it hurts," Hiroshi repeated, his voice filled with conviction. "There's a mole among us," Emma had said, and they had found the strength to deal with the betrayal. The ancient artifact hinted at even greater power, and the group knew they had to uncover its secrets. The implications of its power were vast, and it could change everything in their fight against the Vah'Shar. Unity and betrayal were recurring themes, but through it all, their bond remained unbroken. The traitor's revelation had been a harsh lesson, but it made the group more cohesive. They couldn't afford to let their guard down again. The artifact's power, once fully understood, could turn the tide of the war. As the resistance network grew, the group faced new challenges. Their enemies were relentless, but so were they. Each battle brought them closer to their goal, and each victory, no matter how small, strengthened their resolve. In the end, they knew that the artifact held the key to their success. Its secrets would unlock their full potential, and they would use it to protect humanity from the Vah'Shar. The fight was far from over, but they were ready for whatever came next. The discovery of the ancient sanctuary came as a surprise. Deep in the Himalayas, hidden among the snow-capped peaks and dense forests, lay a place untouched by time. Emma and her team had followed the clues from the artifact, leading them to this remote location. The sanctuary was an intricate maze of stone and ice, its walls adorned with glowing runes and ancient symbols. As they entered the sanctuary, the air felt different, charged with an energy that was both calming and invigorating. The musty scent of old stone mixed with the fresh, crisp air of the mountains. The sanctuary's hidden chambers echoed with their footsteps, each sound reverberating through the ancient halls. "This place holds many secrets," Hiroshi murmured, his eyes scanning the walls covered in inscriptions. They had to decipher these writings to unlock the full potential of their abilities and understand the prophecy that had brought them here. Training began immediately. Under the guidance of a mysterious mentor who seemed to have been waiting for them, they honed their ninja skills. The mentor, an old sage with eyes that held centuries of wisdom, introduced new philosophies and tactics. His presence was both comforting and formidable, a reminder of the gravity of their mission. The days were filled with rigorous training. The team practiced stealth, agility, and combat, pushing their bodies and minds to new limits. They drank herbal concoctions that enhanced their senses, the bitter taste a small price to pay for the power it granted them. Their movements became fluid, precise, each action imbued with purpose. However, self-doubt plagued them. Emma often found herself questioning her ability to lead, to master the skills required to protect humanity. At night, as the cold mountain air seeped through the stone walls, she would lie awake, wrestling with her fears. She wasn't alone. Each member of the team faced their own internal battles, their doubts a silent companion in the sanctuary's quiet halls. One evening, as the group gathered around a fire, their mentor spoke. "The Vah'Shar won't stop until we're all dead," he said, his voice a low rumble. "But you have the power to stop them. Trust in yourselves and in each other." The mentor's words were a balm to their weary souls. They began to see each other not just as comrades, but as a family bound by destiny. Trust deepened, and their unity became a strength. Their first major battle came sooner than expected. The Vah'Shar had discovered the sanctuary and launched an attack. The ancient halls that had once felt so safe were now a battleground. The team fought with everything they had learned, their combined ninja abilities turning the tide in their favor. The clash of metal, the shouts of combat, and the scent of sweat and blood filled the air. Despite their victory, the sanctuary was no longer safe. They had to relocate. The decision was difficult, but necessary. As they prepared to leave, the mentor handed Emma a small, intricately carved stone. "This is part of the prophecy," he said. "Keep it safe. It will guide you." The group set out into the cold night, the sanctuary's hidden chambers now a memory. Their bond had grown stronger through the battle, their confidence in their abilities solidified. They knew the road ahead would be difficult, but they were ready. As they moved through the mountains, the runes from the sanctuary glowing softly in the back of their minds, they felt a sense of purpose. The prophecy was becoming clearer, and with each step, they moved closer to fulfilling it. The Vah'Shar's response was swift and brutal. Major cities around the world came under siege, the alien forces determined to crush the human resistance. The once bustling streets of New York, Tokyo, and London were now battlegrounds, filled with the sounds of explosions and the cries of battle. Emma and her team knew they had to act quickly. The resistance planned large-scale counterattacks to reclaim their cities. Each member of the team undertook covert missions to weaken the Vah'Shar defenses, their ninja skills allowing them to move unseen through the enemy lines. During one such mission, they discovered an alien command center hidden deep within the ruins of a city. The center was a fortress of advanced technology, its walls humming with energy. Infiltrating it would be dangerous, but the intelligence they could gather was invaluable. Under the cover of darkness, Emma led the infiltration team. The air was thick with tension, the scent of burning debris mingling with sweat. Their movements were silent, their senses heightened. Inside, they encountered a high-ranking Vah'Shar leader. The confrontation was fierce, their abilities tested to the limit. They managed to escape with critical information, narrowly avoiding capture. The data revealed the Vah'Shar's plans and weaknesses, information that could turn the tide of the war. As they regrouped in a hidden base, the team pored over the intelligence, planning a major offensive. The battles were intense, the smell of smoke and the sound of gunfire filling the air. Hiroshi's tactical acumen shone through as he coordinated strikes, leading the resistance to several key victories. The bonds forged in the sanctuary were strengthened through shared danger, each member relying on the other for survival. Amidst the chaos, a romantic subplot began to unfold. Emma and Hiroshi found solace in each other, their connection deepening as they faced the perils together. Their relationship was a beacon of hope, a reminder of what they were fighting for. The Vah'Shar were relentless, their technology formidable, but the humans were driven by a need to protect their homes and families. The resistance fighters moved through the besieged cities with determination, their ninja skills allowing them to outmaneuver and outfight their enemies. As they continued their missions, they discovered an alien command center on Earth. Infiltrating it was a high-risk operation, but they needed the intelligence it held. The team faced a high-ranking Vah'Shar leader, their skills and courage tested in a deadly confrontation. They escaped with crucial information, their escape a testament to their training and unity. With the new intelligence, they planned a major offensive. The resistance forces rallied, their morale bolstered by the knowledge of the Vah'Shar's weaknesses. They knew the coming battle would be their greatest challenge yet, but they were ready. "We need to hit them hard and fast," Emma said, her voice steady with determination. This intel could turn the tide. The team moved with purpose, the final preparations for the assault underway. The city ruins became a staging ground, the scent of anticipation in the air. They shared last-minute strategies, their focus unwavering. The siege had pushed them to their limits, but it had also shown them their strength. They had faced their fears, grown as leaders, and formed unbreakable bonds. The resilience and unity of the human spirit shone through, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. As the final assault began, the team moved with precision. The ruins of the city were filled with the sounds of battle, the clash of weapons and the cries of defiance. Each step forward was a testament to their determination, each victory a step closer to reclaiming their world. They knew the fight was far from over, but they were prepared for whatever lay ahead. The siege had tested them, but it had also forged them into a force capable of standing against the Vah'Shar. The battle for Earth had truly begun. In the hidden resistance base, the atmosphere was tense yet hopeful. Messages had been sent out to resistance groups across the globe, urging them to join forces against the Vah'Shar. Emma and Hiroshi, now leaders of their own faction, prepared for diplomatic missions to secure these alliances. The stakes had never been higher. Emma stood before the assembled group, her voice steady. "We need to put aside our differences if we want to win. Unity is our strongest weapon." Hiroshi nodded in agreement. This weapon could turn the tide, but at what cost? We must ensure its ethical use. The first alliance meeting took place in an underground facility in Germany. Resistance leaders from various factions gathered around a large table, the room abuzz with the hum of conversations and strategic discussions. The air was thick with the scent of recycled air and the metallic tang of hastily prepared meals. Emma and Hiroshi presented their plans, emphasizing the importance of collaboration and shared resources. As the days passed, more alliances were formed. Each group brought its unique strengths, from guerrilla tactics to technological expertise. Diplomatic missions continued, the resistance network expanding with each new partnership. The landscape of their fight was changing, and with it, the possibility of victory grew stronger. During one such mission, the team uncovered information about a new Vah'Shar weapon, a devastating device that could threaten humanity's survival. The discovery sparked urgent discussions on how to counteract this new threat. The resistance scientists, working in high-tech labs with the scent of chemicals and the hum of machinery, began developing a new weapon using both human and alien technology. The new weapon, a fusion of human ingenuity and Vah'Shar tech, was ready for its first test. The team launched a coordinated multinational attack on several Vah'Shar outposts. The night was filled with the sounds of clashing weapons and the buzz of communication devices as the resistance fighters moved with precision. The first large-scale counterattack was a success. The sight of Vah'Shar outposts crumbling under the coordinated assault was a morale booster for the entire resistance. However, this victory brought with it a moral dilemma. The power of the new weapon was immense, and the question of its ethical use loomed large. Emma and Hiroshi faced conflicting ideologies within their group. Some believed that any means were justified in their fight for survival, while others feared the weapon could corrupt their cause. The debates were heated, voices raised in passion and conviction. In the end, they reached an agreement on the ethical use of the weapon, ensuring it would be deployed with caution and responsibility. As they navigated these internal conflicts, the resistance discovered a crucial weakness in the Vah'Shar defenses. This revelation renewed their resolve, the knowledge sparking hope and determination. The global resistance network grew stronger, their strategies more refined. The unity and sacrifice of the resistance fighters were evident in every mission. They pushed forward, driven by the desire to safeguard the future by any means necessary. The development of the new weapon marked a turning point, and with each victory, the Vah'Shar's grip on Earth weakened. In the hidden bases of global resistance groups, the sights and sounds of preparation filled the air. The glow of advanced technology, the buzz of communication devices, and the scent of sweat and dirt from battlefields were constant reminders of their struggle. They were ready for the next phase of their fight. Hiroshi addressed the group, his voice resolute. "We can't afford to lose focus now. We need to stay united if we want to win." Emma added, "This weapon could change everything, but we must use it wisely. Our unity and ethics are what set us apart from our enemy." As they prepared for the upcoming battles, the foreshadowing of a deeper Vah'Shar plan lingered in their minds. The fight was far from over, but they were more united and stronger than ever. The alliances they had formed, the ethical considerations they upheld, and the strategies they developed all pointed towards a common goal: the ultimate defeat of the Vah'Shar and the reclaiming of Earth. The resistance was ready for whatever came next, their resolve unwavering. The resistance's next focus was on decoding the ancient texts related to the prophecy. These texts, hidden in ruins around the world, held the key to unlocking their full potential. Emma, Hiroshi, and a select team embarked on missions to uncover these secrets. The first location was an ancient temple in South America. The air was thick with the scent of dust and old stone, the walls adorned with glowing runes and mystical symbols. As they carefully examined the inscriptions, they began to piece together the prophecy's meaning. The texts spoke of hidden artifacts, powerful relics that would help them harness their abilities. Their search led them to various mystical locations tied to the prophecy. Each discovery was accompanied by intense training sessions. They drank bitter herbal concoctions used in rituals, the taste lingering as they honed their skills. Their senses sharpened, their movements became more fluid, and their connection to each other grew stronger. In one such location, deep in the heart of Africa, they encountered an ancient being. This figure, cloaked in mystery and wisdom, provided crucial knowledge about the prophecy. The being's voice echoed in the ancient halls, each word resonating with power. "The prophecy is not just about power," the ancient being said. "It is about unity, trust, and the strength that comes from within. You must understand yourselves and your bond to truly fulfill your destiny." As they absorbed this wisdom, their confidence grew. They prepared for a massive, coordinated attack on the Vah'Shar's main base. Reconnaissance missions were launched to gather intelligence on the Vah'Shar leadership. The initial skirmishes tested the enemy defenses, each encounter providing valuable information. The texts revealed the true nature of the prophecy. It was not just about defeating the Vah'Shar, but about transcending their own limitations and becoming more than they ever thought possible. This realization strengthened their resolve. Internal conflicts surfaced as they confronted their fears and insecurities. Emma struggled with the weight of leadership, doubting her decisions. Hiroshi faced his own demons, the memories of loved ones lost fueling his determination. Each member of the team had to look within, overcoming personal doubts to emerge stronger. As they shared their struggles, the bonds within the group deepened. They became a family, united by their mission and the prophecy that guided them. The ancient being's words echoed in their minds, reminding them of the power of unity and trust. In the hidden ruins and mystical locations, the scent of ancient incense and the sound of whispers from the past filled the air. They touched the rough stone walls, feeling the energy of those who had come before them. The taste of bitter herbs lingered as they prepared for the battles ahead. Emma stood before the group, her voice filled with resolve. "These texts, they hold the key to our victory. We must trust in ourselves and in each other." Hiroshi nodded. "I can feel it. The power within me growing. We're closer than ever, but the stakes have never been higher." The team continued their preparations, their training more intense than ever. They knew the final battle was approaching, the prophecy guiding their every step. The ancient texts had given them the tools they needed, but it was their unity and trust that would see them through. As they decoded the last of the texts, the full scope of the prophecy became clear. They were destined to lead humanity to victory, to reclaim Earth from the Vah'Shar. The path ahead was fraught with danger, but they were ready. The final, decisive battle loomed on the horizon. The team knew they had to be at their best, both individually and as a unit. The ancient being's wisdom and the text's revelations had prepared them for this moment. The fate of humanity rested on their shoulders, and they were ready to carry that burden. The journey had transformed them, revealing hidden talents and strengths. They had become more than they ever imagined, their bond unbreakable. The prophecy had unfolded, and they were ready to fulfill it. As they moved towards the final confrontation, the echoes of ancient wisdom and the taste of bitter resolve accompanied them. They were prepared for the ultimate test, ready to face the Vah'Shar and reclaim their world. The Resistance headquarters buzzed with activity. The air was thick with anticipation and the scent of machinery, as every available resource was mobilized for the final assault on the Vah'Shar. Coordinated attacks on Vah'Shar supply lines had weakened their forces, but the real challenge lay ahead. Emma, Hiroshi, and the rest of the team knew that the next battle could decide the fate of humanity. Final training sessions were intense. The team pushed their limits, refining their skills and tactics. Each movement was deliberate, each strike precise. The atmosphere was charged with a mixture of resolve and anxiety, as the reality of the impending battle set in. In quieter moments, the team shared personal reflections and resolved unfinished business. Emma and Hiroshi, their bond stronger than ever, found solace in each other's presence. They spoke of the journey that had brought them here, their fears, and their hopes for the future. Other members of the team did the same, strengthening their unity and resolve. The final preparations for the assault were underway. Intelligence reports from recent reconnaissance missions revealed a critical Vah'Shar weakness, a central power core that, if destroyed, could cripple their main base. The strategic planning was meticulous, every detail scrutinized to ensure the best chance of success. Hiroshi addressed the gathered fighters, his voice steady and resolute. "We've come too far to turn back now. This is our last chance. Let's make it count." Emma added, "No matter what happens, we'll face it together. Stay strong and trust in each other." Farewell scenes were poignant and emotional. Friends and comrades embraced, shared words of encouragement, and made promises to see each other on the other side of the battle. The weight of the moment was palpable. the taste of bitter resolve lingering as they steeled themselves for what lay ahead. As night fell, the team launched their attack on the Vah'Shar main base. The sky was filled with the sight of mobilized forces, last-minute weapon calibrations reflecting the determination in their eyes. The hum of readiness filled the air, mingling with rallying speeches that inspired courage and unity. The initial skirmishes were fierce. The Vah'Shar, though weakened, fought back with relentless aggression. The sounds of battle cries, weapon discharges, and the clash of metal filled the night. The resistance fighters moved with precision, their ninja skills allowing them to infiltrate and sabotage key points within the base. In the heat of battle, the team encountered unexpected twists. The Vah'Shar had hidden reserves, and their technology was more advanced than previously known. Yet, the team pressed on, their unity and determination driving them forward. As they approached the central power core, the final showdown loomed. Emma, Hiroshi, and their closest allies prepared for the ultimate test of strength and resolve. The air was thick with the smell of burning debris and sweat, the taste of adrenaline and determination fueling their every move. They were ready. The battle for Earth's future had truly begun. The full-scale assault on the Vah'Shar main base was underway. The resistance fighters moved with coordinated precision, their combined human and ninja abilities creating a formidable force. Explosions rocked the base, and the sky lit up with flashes of light from clashing weapons and advanced technology. Emma and Hiroshi led the charge, their movements a blur as they infiltrated deeper into the base. They encountered fierce resistance, the Vah'Shar troops fighting with a desperate tenacity. The clash of blades, the impact of blows, and the hum of alien technology filled the air. Key confrontations with Vah'Shar leaders were intense. Emma faced a high-ranking commander, their battle a test of skill and endurance. The metallic tang of blood filled her mouth as she pushed herself to her limits, every strike a testament to her training and determination. Hiroshi, alongside other fighters, unleashed the newly developed weapon. The fusion of human and Vah'Shar technology created a devastating impact, turning the tide of the battle. Yet the revelation of a final, hidden Vah'Shar agenda threatened to undermine their efforts. The aliens had one last plan, a desperate attempt to secure victory. The team faced ultimate tests of strength and resolve. Emma and Hiroshi, their bond unbreakable, fought side by side. They moved with a fluid grace, their actions perfectly synchronized. The sight of explosions and strategic maneuvers filled the battlefield, the smell of sweat and fear mixing with the burning debris. In the climactic moments of the battle, the team pushed through the final defenses. The Vah'Shar were on the brink of defeat, their forces crumbling under the relentless assault. Emma and Hiroshi, leading the final charge, reached the central power core. For Earth. For humanity. Emma shouted, her voice carrying over the chaos. We fight for our future. Hiroshi echoed, their resolve unwavering. With a final coordinated effort, they unleashed the full power of the weapon. The central power core exploded in a blinding flash of light, the shockwave ripping through the base. The Vah'Shar forces were decimated, their technology crippled. As the dust settled, the battlefield fell silent. The resistance fighters stood victorious, their faces reflecting a mixture of relief and triumph. The realization of their victory dawned slowly, the enormity of their accomplishment sinking in. This ends now, Emma said softly, her voice filled with determination and hope. The Vah'Shar were defeated, their grip on Earth shattered. The prophecy had been fulfilled, the hidden potential within humanity unleashed. The team had grown into their full potential, their bond stronger than ever. The battle for Earth had been won, but the journey was far from over. Hints of future challenges loomed on the horizon, the ongoing journey of humanity just beginning. Yet the triumph of the human spirit and the power of unity shone brightly, a beacon of hope for the future. The final battle's resolution aligned perfectly with the build-up and the prophecy's fulfillment. The team had faced their fears, overcome incredible odds, and emerged victorious. Their story was one of courage, unity, and the indomitable will to protect their world.